My phone's about to switch.
The quarterback position is the price of the quarterback position is just wild to me now. This is why I like the minutia of
Well, that
Garrett making 30 or 32 or whatever. It's small potatoes compared to like
Buckeye. No, that was the conversation yesterday. Like, Nick was in here, young kid Nick,
uh-huh.
and he said that Purdy didn't deserve 53 million, and I'm like, but that's what quarterbacks are going to get, and I don't know.
Dude,
I
CJ Stroud.
He was like totally unhappy with Purdy being paid that, and it's just, I'm sorry, man, that's the market. You know what I mean? You don't go into
CJ.
well,
a car dealership and say, "Give me that brand new car. I
yeah,
want
but
it for
Tom, he
20."
shouldn't be $2 million away from Josh Allen. I'm sorry.
I agree. I agree. That
But
I totally.
it's not what you get. It's when you get your. CJ Stroud is going to be the highest paid quarterback in football,
You
probably.
think he's going to get 60 million?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I think the
yeah,
Texans will fucking give him the boat.
yeah. They don't have a
That's
choice, and yeah, they don't have a choice.
that's going to be wild, man.
And for all
Yeah, but
intents and
what's going to be, but
purposes,
Buckeye, what's going to be the limit for this quarterback thing's going to keep going up to 75 million soon?
maybe.
That's why
You
they
know,
mentioned like
well,
the quarterbacks having their own salary cap, or their own or
I'll,
yeah, they're
Tom, I'll tell you this. I think Lamar Jackson's going to be the highest. He's going to get a new. When was that contract originally signed? When Rodgers was a free agent, right?
yeah. Didn't he sign his contract like 2 years ago?
I think 2 or 3.
Man, and he fought tooth and nail for that contract. Remember, he didn't have an agent. He did it all himself, and that went on for a little
Lamar
while.
Jackson's going to get 60 million a year. He'll get
Fair to
60.
me. That's fair.
But the question is, what's the cap? Like, then Mahomes is going to. Didn't Mahomes do a 10-year deal?
Yeah, but there's usually you don't play on that contract for 10 years. That's not how that works.
Right. So, hold on here. I just had
It's
the
kind it's
right.
kind it's kind of funny, PD, because like I was just talking to my friend about his wife, who's a professor at a university, and she when she signed her deal to work there, she was being paid $130,000. She has 10 employees underneath her. Well, this girl just got hired as the same rank or professor or dean, whatever, and
Mhm.
she signed yesterday, and she's getting paid $165,000. And my buddy's wife is upset. She's like, "Well, I have 10 employees underneath me, and I signed." He goes, "Yeah, but you signed 5 years ago. When
Right.
the money was at." So it's just how the world works.
Tom, friendly nugget here. You're much better in this conversation than trade talks.
I
I
don't
like
have
some
any more. Like
Microsoft.
I would offer you guys trade the Jets a trade, but I don't know what you need now. Like what do you what come out and give me a position? What do you guys think you need in a trade?
Wide receiver two.
Oh, you don't think Josh Reynolds is the answer, Buckeye?
Nah, no. Lazard is our
Get,
wide receiver too.
give me a day, and I'll think something up. I'll get back with you guys later this week.
No, I'm only kidding, Tom.
But I'm not out on Malachi Corley yet. But he's not going to be a two. But I'm not throwing a kid that got 6 targets and one of the targets he went to the end zone. He just forgot that you have to hold the ball past the
How
7.
many catches did he have? 3?
Something like that.
I think Corley's going to be okay.
Me
Will he
too.
work in when he works in the WR2? That that's you got to wait and see. But I think kid's an athlete. I mean, he's got to got to get that. He has to be a little bit more professional, obviously.
The difference is if he held that ball into the end zone, everyone's talking about this kid in a wildly different light.
Correct.
He'll never do it again. meaning like he'll never drop the ball.
Everybody makes mistakes too.
Yeah, it's just
Like,
listen,
you know,
I don't know what that kid's going to be, but I do want to see. I want to see him play this year.
Dale, did you see
what's
the?
up,
Did you
Dale?
see the? Dale, did you see the prices for the Ravens Bills game, the home opener?
Yeah.
What is it, like 500 to get in?
The
I mean,
cheapest
some of the
I
games.
How
saw,
much?
I think the cheapest I saw for like a 100 level seat was like 462, and that was on TickPick.
Oh,
I'm just like, man, it like the most expensive I saw was like 855.
but what's the upper level to get in? 250, 200?
Easily 250, 200.
Yeah, that's not bad. You listen, that's not the Aaron Rodgers debut. The upper level for MetLife was 600 to get in.
Yeah, see, Petey, we're not
600.
used to paying those prices, bro. We always got the discount over here.
No, I get it, but $600 was insane. It was insane. Dale, that's a game you should have been at.
How about the Knicks?
I mean, Petey, so for the outcome for the Bills,
Yes.
if I would have went, I would have been pissed for investing everything into making that happen.
Mhm.
But it was a great game, and that crowd was fucking insane.
Yeah, it was. Hector, you were there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That was awesome.
Yeah,
Suck.
there's times, Petey, when a crowd transfers that you really notice it on TV. That you know, I think there's a lot of fan bases that have big crowds, but then there's moments it elevates and you really notice on TV. That game, you really notice that crowd on TV, bro.
Absolutely.
Good morning, guys. Good
And
morning.
I will say, like,
What's up,
Petey,
Jay?
I've always respected, like, meeting the Jets, meeting you guys on Twitter and making friends with you guys, which, mind you, I do consider a lot of you guys my friends because I talk to you so much. That being said, though, I respect you guys for how loyal, how fans you are, but even when you guys were good, your crowd does show up well on TV as one of the better fan bases when you guys are good.
No doubt
Yeah,
about it,
like
bro.
the Jets chant is fucking anybody that trashes the Jets chant. I mean, I think some people joke around about it, but some people really have disdain for it. But as a fan base, as an opposing fan, not only does it sound really cool on TV, but I think it's something that's very special to the Jets that stands out.
Exactly. There's no way they can get rid of that chant, man.
No, that's why it bugged me when the front office kind of whatever with Fireman Ed. Like, to me, that's something they should have talked about in the background. Like, if they felt they needed to tell him to chill, then just take him aside and need him to chill. But to me, it's something that's everyone else from every other fan base knows that chant, that even when they want to joke with you, they use it as a way to razz you with other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But
even Dale, even people when they do JETS, suck,
yes,
you
and
know,
dude,
like,
they even put it in a video game, Petey.
I know.
And so to me, it's a special thing. So when the Jets are good, it really shows off on TV because in the big games that you've been in the AFC Championship in those years, when it's a close game and the crowd's into it and that pumps them up, it's so cool, part of the atmosphere when you're watching from at home, that it just like fucking. I can imagine, you know, the crowd's amped when they do it, and you know it affects the players as well when the crowd does that shit.
Dale, real quick, and then Jay, you come in. Dale, just tell me, Petey, what were you gonna say after Jay's done? All right, Dale, do me that favor because I got something.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jay. Jay,
Yeah, I'm here. One thing I'm gonna say, that JETS Jets is iconic in sports. It's like worldwide known chat that
Of
everybody just
course.
saying. But I was gonna ask you guys, and that I'm looking at Green Bay Packers wide receiver group. There's gonna be a guy that's gonna be the odd man in that group because I think they have a bunch of twos and maybe one. I don't know. I think they're gonna drop somebody from there. And
Well, they got Watson, Dobbs.
they got
What's the other
Golden,
guy?
Hartman,
Jalen Reed,
Watson.
Gold. Yeah, they're deep, man.
Yeah, That's what I'm saying. And then you know how wide receivers are. They all want to be one.
Yeah, I also think
And
the Bills. I think somebody from the Bills isn't going to make it. Dale and Tom.
Good morning,
so those are
Stephen.
things I'm looking at. Like, I'm not worried about that on May. There's gonna be players that are gonna get let go, and then there might be they're not changers on their team, but they might be changers for us.
Jay, I think that the Packers are one of the deepest teams of receivers. I think all 5 of those guys are good, man.
I
Yep.
got 3 guys,
Yep.
PD, right now I could cut and be happy with the Bills.
Yeah, Curtis Samuel's one. Who else?
I'm not. I'm on the fence about him. Well, we just signed another wide receiver, that Christian Wilkerson or whatever I saw yesterday. We got guys that we're just bringing in to see if they're going to be anything, and it's just, in my opinion, it's a waste of time. I honestly
Yeah,
don't. I don't believe we should have brought Trey White back, and I'll get burned if I say that in the Bill space. But I didn't see the point in it. It's just the fact that him and
probably
Brandon
for
Green are so
veteran.
close.
Probably, yeah, but probably too to mentor this young kid that they drafted.
Good morning, Stephen
Fair,
A.
that's fair enough, but.
Who's Stephen A.
Stephen A. Smith. June.
Curtis? Oh, June. It's his co-host is Bug.
Buckeye, that ain't Stephen A. That's Chef.
I thought it was Isaac Hayes.
Barry White.
I mean, Chef is definitely a play on Isaac Hayes, is he not?
Stephen A. is June's brother. He posted a video, June, on Stephen A. about dogging Jalen Brunson.
Bro, I don't give a shit what anyone says. In my lifetime, Jalen Brunson has become and may be my favorite Nick ever.
I agree with you.
I fucking
I
love
agree with
that
that.
player, bro.
Brunson is awesome.
June, are you here?
It says he's on mute for me.
It says I don't see him on mute. Hector, are you on mute? No, right?
No. Want me to go
Yeah.
on mute?
No.
I think he has connection problem. He's trying to connect with my son.
I see a little lock next to him or something
There he
next to his
goes. You
name.
should be able to talk now.
June, you here?
Oh, gone.
All right,
Listening.
PD, I want you guys to beat the Steelers so bad opening weekend.
Me too.
I live an hour and 15 minutes outside of Pittsburgh. All my friends are Steelers fans. I heard it growing up. Oh my God, we got terrible towns. God, I can't stand it. I hope you guys
Someone
whoop
said
them.
Vegas odds that retirement is now like double, like it's become high probability.
Hey, I don't know how that game's going to play out, but I can tell you one thing. Justin Fields is going to have a chip on his shoulder in that game.
no
I
doubt.
hope so.
You think
No doubt.
PD, you think they're going to get Watt
Wait,
a long-term deal done
what?
before the season?
I didn't even think about it. Honestly, I don't even know. I don't know what the Steelers are doing because if they don't sign Rodgers, who's playing quarterback?
Petey, what were you going to say?
Hold on, let me bring June up. Let me see if this works. Dale, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
I hear you, Petey.
June, you hear us?
I got you. I don't know
All
what's
right.
going on with this app, man.
All
It's
right.
There he is.
what's
Yeah.
going on.
What's up,
What's up?
June?
You know, the thing
Yo,
about TJ Watt, I think he's like in the conversation of best players in football. I think his body's broken, like getting close to being broken, man. I
I
feel
mean,
like
it would be like his brother. I guess he's running genes.
yeah,
well,
I think this
Buckeye
next
would it.
contract, honestly, and again, I'm not arguing. He is in the discussion of best players in football.
Absolutely.
I think you're paying TJ for what he's done, not what I think he's about. Like,
Buckeye, is it
yeah.
broken like your takes with Certified on Purdy and the cap?
Now, Certified's bringing out the
Oh,
big guns. He got the
oh,
women on my ass now from the Niners.
oh.
But I'm going to stand on that 7-8 wins for the Niners this year.
Go
Sir,
ahead, sir. What's up, brother?
What's up?
Big Sir, what up?
If he don't
My
connect, I
bad.
gotta talk. Oh, there you
Um,
are.
I had to go get my headset because I'm playing Call of Duty. But I just want to let you guys know that I'm forfeiting this season.
Damn.
Yeah, we're in
What?
cap hell, and
Yeah.
Well, hold on.
Oh.
Repeat that again.
Oh.
Say your team
I'm
name
I'm
and
a
say you
49ers.
forfeit.
I'm a 49ers
That's what
fan, and we're
that's what I want to hear.
Hey,
after signing Brock and
Didn't we
extending
tell you though?
Kittle and
Didn't we tell
extending
you?
Fred Warner, we are officially in cap hell. And
Oh wait, they extended Warner.
mhm,
yeah,
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 yeah.
they just did.
2021 a
Let me
year.
ask a
Wow,
real
I missed
question. I
that.
don't know the answer. Are the Niners the oldest roster in football?
no, not even
Nah,
close.
No.
nah.
Who
Y'all in the
is?
top five.
No, no, we're not. We were never in the top five. We were seven actually before we did the retool, but now we're closest to the bottom than we are the top.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Wait a
I
minute.
knew
And
You're
at one
saying
time y'all was close.
you're saying the Niners are closer to the youngest than they are the oldest?
No,
I said we're closer to the bottom than we are the top now.
Yeah, I got it. You know that.
Mm.
But
You
but
know.
listen, but listen. Um, my team ain't got no money. We broke.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
Yeah.
hmm? So we don't have no players.
None.
My core is shabby
Uh huh.
and weak.
Uh huh.
Is and quite frankly pretty shitty. Okay, so I have absolutely no hopes for this season, and next
oh, you
season,
trolling. You trolling.
next season either, because we're like 10th in salary cap.
Yeah.
Before we roll over the 30 million that we're gonna roll over, so we're absolutely fucking
Mm,
fucked, dog. I don't
Yeah.
know what we're gonna
Sir,
do.
yeah. Well,
Sir is
I
seeing
will tell.
clearly now.
Wait, Buckeye,
He's fucking
Buckeye.
trolling.
I will tell you this. I think that the Rams are the favorite to win that
Hell
division. Though.
yeah.
Let's
They
be
got the
real.
best coach.
We'll
They
see.
got the best quarterback.
Not even close.
Which one?
Stafford, he's a dink and dunk merchant when he's not
Who's
turning
the
the
best
ball over.
quarterback in that
Oh,
division?
Brock Purdy, without a doubt.
Oh, see,
Without a doubt.
see,
Without
well,
a
y'all.
see.
doubt.
I'll say this,
No,
He
y'all. Y'all need to
Without a
stop
he's
doubt.
sleeping on
he's
Arizona.
he's third.
Stop sleeping on
Brock's third.
Arizona.
We'll be
Yeah,
sleeping
yeah, yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
who's
Stop
sleeping
sleeping
on
on
that?
Arizona.
With
You gotta stop.
Arizona got a
People
quarterback in this
always gotta never hear
conversation?
Arizona.
Yeah, and I like what Arizona
Yeah.
did in the draft too.
Who's Arizona quarterback that deserves to be in this
Mr.
conversation?
Kyler
Kyler
Murray.
Murray.
Boy, you better cut it out.
Hey, he's
What?
serviceable, man. I'm not
Hey,
saying
hey, sir,
he's
sir,
great.
you
He's
don't like him?
serviceable. That's all you need.
I mean, he okay, but he's not the best quarterback in NFC West.
So wait. So, would you say Kyler Murray is better than Brock Purdy?
Hell no.
Wow, that's wow.
I think it's closer. I
He's a
would
better
probably.
athlete,
I
but
don't think Kyler Murray's better
no,
than
that's
Brock
it.
Purdy, bro.
Yeah, I
Really?
would take Purdy
I
over him.
Oh,
really?
wow. I'll take
Bro,
Murray.
we June. I don't
I
know if you
take
were here.
Murray all
June, I don't
day.
know if you were here
It's
How
yesterday.
many?
close.
June, I don't know if
It's
you were
not
here
Yeah, you
close.
missed a
yesterday.
good one, June.
Yeah,
You
we
missed
had
it,
this
June.
argument
It is
yesterday.
close. It is
The
close.
underrating of Brock Purdy is insane to me. I don't know
No, 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 no.
what else that kid's
Del,
got to do
I'm
to prove to you how
De,
good of a quarterback he is, dude. I
hey,
don't get it.
Del, Della, I'm not underplaying what I'm saying is, can you imagine how good the 49ers would be had they have Kyler Murray quarter? They would
June, I
really
don't
be.
agree with
He
that, man.
doesn't fit what we do.
I don't agree with that. I think in the system Purdy's in, which mind you is like 6 different teams in the NFL right now, he's perfect for it. He's accurate as hell. He fucking smart as hell. He knows what he's seeing. He gets rid of the ball quickly, and he's athletic as hell, bro.
Who?
To me, Purdy. To me, the only
Yeah, yeah,
knock
yeah. But
anyone has
Dale,
on
when
him,
he has to play from behind, it's different for him, man.
And
I think
his
that could
arm
be said
strength
about.
isn't
I think
isn't real good.
You
Right.
I don't
you
think his
mean
arm strength's
you
poor,
mean
bro.
like
What are
in the
we talking
divisional
about?
round when we was down by 17 in the second half to Green
Green
Bay?
Bay and Detroit. Yeah, no,
And
no, no.
and what about the NFC Championship game when we was down by 20 points at halftime?
Listen,
You
keep
mean like
checking
those
on.
games?
Listen, if Christian McCaffrey is
Mm-hmm.
healthy, I
Mm-hmm.
like Brock's chances this year. If Christian's not healthy.
Oh man,
Buckeye,
you,
my
you
problem
keep
with
hanging it on Christian like we can't, like
No,
we
you
don't
can't.
develop
No,
running backs.
Brock can't win without Christian.
Buckeye, my
Correct.
problem with this statement
Oh,
though, when people say
interesting.
that, is I think you're saying that about most quarterbacks in the league. I think there's only a couple
Th-
that really can hang a team on their
There's
back
only
and win.
three.
Yeah, There's only a few quarterbacks that can hang a team on their back. But listen, man,
Is
Purdy,
Pat, is Allen, and is Lamar. That's
yes, that's it.
and Jaden if he can do it again, and Jaden
And
Daniels.
Burrow.
Gotta
Boy,
take Burrow. No,
no. Burrow
really?
needs.
I don't
He
think,
said he said it's only a handful of quarterbacks that can still carry a team when they don't have their weapons. That's not Joe Burrow.
I don't
Yes,
think
yeah. To
teams lose
me,
sleep over Brock Purdy.
I think you're
Yeah, I
wrong,
don't even.
bro.
Why do you need to lose sleep?
It's I
That's
think
when you know you're elite. When you're gonna play against Josh Allen or
Well, who
the
said he
top
was
tier
elite?
guys.
Hector, he's Brock Pennington.
Nobody said Brock Purdy was
Yes,
elite.
Brock
yes, I
Pennington.
agree. I agree
I
Yeah,
with
like
Buckeye.
that.
He's
yeah.
I
yeah,
like
Brock
that.
Pennington,
Yeah,
exactly.
Brock
Buck,
Brock
Penn. I don't even know
Pennington.
who that is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Chad
So
Pennington, Chet, whatever.
Buckeye. I don't really hate the
Stop
compare.
playing
It's
Xbox.
Buckeye. I don't hate that comparison, but I will say this: Brock Purdy has a stronger arm, and I think if Pennington doesn't hurt his throwing shoulder, like I think he was a severely underrated quarterback, bro. Like you don't listen. Joe Montana didn't have a strong arm, bro,
He
and
didn't.
he's one of the greatest to ever play the game. Like to
But it's
me,
a
He is.
true, but it's a different NFL.
it's not, man.
Okay. So what's
You
different?
don't have
The
to have a
difference is
cannon
the
to be
athletes
great,
are
bro.
much faster.
Okay.
And you got to get that
And
ball there. And he doesn't have the, to me, he doesn't have the
but
arm
we
strength.
don't. But that's the thing, though.
How
You
many
keep.
playoff games has Kyle Murray
But
won?
but you're
None,
talking
right?
about an offense that he's not in.
none, but I mean,
We,
but you talk
we
about
don't
the
throw
whole
the ball
team.
downfield. So I
Bro,
don't understand why
Drew
y'all keep.
Brees is listen. Montana and Brees are two of the greatest to ever play the game. Neither of those guys had a strong arm, bro. Peyton
Yeah,
Manning
you're
didn't
right.
have a strong arm, dude.
Hey Dale, when the window gets painted shut, like
Hmm.
that real like crazy
Hmm.
paint for 30 years,
The
how do you
lead
get
paint, that
yeah, how do you
glossy shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
how do you get the window open, Dale? That's what I'm asking because that window in San Francisco
It's
is
sir,
bad, man.
sir, yo, you
Wow.
fucking ass, yo.
Hey man, I love my guy Buckeye
Hey,
because
sir,
we gonna have some real hard conversations come November.
hey, sir, I got a question for you.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
What did Tiny do to you, man?
Nothing. It's just funny, dog.
Yeah, yeah, I can't believe that you're doing this to her like this, man.
Oh, I got two more. I got one.
Ah,
You know the dude from Coming to America, Soul Glow.
okay.
They photoshopped her face on him and
Yo, come on,
The
man.
Quaker Oats man. I got two more.
What did Tiny do to
But
you, bro?
did Dale, can you hear me? Let me just, I wanted to tell Dale something. Dale,
Yeah,
so do you recall the game in Seattle when the Giants had like 12 false starts? Or no?
you're talking about last year.
No, it was a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
But
I don't
anyway,
remember that.
back in 2009, the Jets had 5 delay of game penalties on Brady on the home opener because of the crowd.
Oh,
So it was pretty wild, Dale, to bring that up before. That's all I wanted to say. They had 2 delay of games penalties in a row too, Dale,
Well,
which is crazy.
P. When that whole thing happened, so I think that Fireman Ed went a little bit overboard ego wise on this whole thing. But what I will say is, I think that's my problem with your front office is I don't think they get it. Like to do what they did to him was wrong as well, even though he kind of had an ego. But to me, look, right now he's the guy that does that chant, and he's the best at it, and it works. And if you guys were competing and a really good team, it would really, really matter like it did in the past. But like someone else said, that shit's iconic to your team.
I agree. 100%.
Everybody knows that chant. When people want to talk shit to you, they make fun of it. And like I said, like we'll mess with you as Bills fans joking around about it, but it's objectively the shit's cool as hell, bro. Like it's something that is pops for your fan base, man.
No doubt.
It's better than
Jay,
the
go ahead,
Eagles
man.
crap. It's better than the
Jay, I was
Eagles
just
crap.
gonna say that, man.
Because I'm like, I see the guys just choking on the word E A. I'm like, what the fuck are they
I'm gonna
saying?
drop. I can't hear.
Hey, I love Fireman Ed, but I'll trade him for that Super Bowl trophy the Eagles have.
Oh, I agree, but I'm saying we talking about the chat. We're
Yeah,
not talking
yeah, I
about the
know.
Super Bowl. I
I'm just joking.
was gonna ask a question to Big Bro. Where you rank Purdy in the on the quarterback?
Like 6 or 7.
Mm, okay.
All
I'm
right. So
shocked.
what's
That,
the
That's what
order?
that's what
Wait,
I
wait,
was
wait.
that's what
What's
I
the
was saying
order?
Oof.
yesterday.
What's the order? All right. It's not top five is who? Lamar, Mahomes, Allen, Burrow. Who else you putting in the top five?
I want
I
to
think at this point you have to consider Hurts, bro.
you have,
quarterback.
you
No.
have to, man. You have
Why?
to.
Why do I have to consider Hurts?
Man,
Because
he's been in two Super Bowls in
if
the
I
past
took
3 years. Like you
Okay.
have to do it.
But are we
yeah
talking about
yeah
quarterback ability or are we talking about team accomplishment?
We talking about
I think it's a package together. I think I hate sometimes when they take away from a guy for his success. And I have to say that Hurts is a major part of their success,
He is.
he's
He
yeah,
is.
whether he's total package, everything you want in a quarterback, or fits
What about
perfectly for what
Stafford?
they do. I just think he's
But
earned the respect.
no, he does. But that doesn't mean that he belongs on the top quarterback list.
What about Stafford?
Well,
He,
I will
he's
tell you
he's
this:
somewhere around there.
he's not.
Stroud.
Yeah,
No, no.
I got
Hmm.
Stroud below Hurts
Well,
and
I
Purdy.
forget who brought it
Below
up.
Purdy?
Somebody.
Here's my thing. And this is a serious question. What does C.J. Stroud do better than Brock Purdy? Because I can tell you one thing that he doesn't do better is he doesn't go through his progressions better. Okay,
Much,
he's not more accurate.
much stronger arm.
Okay, he okay. He does not throw with anticipation better. He does not throw layered throws better. He's not a better athlete.
I was
The,
gonna
the,
say
the,
he's definitely not more
yeah,
athletic than
the
Purdy.
only thing that he's better at Brock Purdy, he's 2 inches taller, and he has a stronger arm. That's where it
Oh, he's
stops.
more than 2 inches taller.
He's
I
six
couldn't
three.
agree more.
Brock Purdy is
I
six
couldn't
one.
agree more
I
with him.
think Justin Fields is 6'3". I think CJ Stroud's like 6'6".
Okay.
But again, Buckeye, that's where I agree. Like to me, the only thing you're talking about at this point is arm strength. I don't think that Stroud does anything else better than Purdy.
He doesn't.
You're right, sir. He's 6'3". I'm wrong.
Yeah. And and Jordan Love the same thing. He does absolutely nothing better than Purdy other than throw farther. That's it.
I think you're underestimating that if you throw CJ Stroud with Shanahan and the Niners roster and everything else.
But that's not his situation though. Now we're talking about hypotheticals.
Yeah, he
And let's be real though, Stroud's in basically the same situation, same offense. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think there's a big difference in
Yeah.
what they're doing now. Shanahan is a better coach, that's for sure. But again, this whole weapons thing, like, dude, when we were talking yesterday, if you ask me, Jordan Love has one of the best skill set of weapons in the league, and it's not even close. Like they have tons of receivers. They have
yeah,
two
but they're
good
all
tight
they're all
ends. They have a
twos,
great
Dale.
running back. They have a
But
really
he
good line.
got
No,
it
I
though.
don't know. I think it's possible that some of those guys in Green Bay could be ones if they were on a team being a one.
Listen, Jordan Love got like two forwards. Okay. Uh Jaden Daniels has 1-1. Okay. Lamar Jackson doesn't even have a one.
He's got Derrick
But he
Henry.
has like okay, well we're talking about pass catchers. Jordan Love has like four wide receivers that could be wide receiver number twos. He has talent. But when you shut down the run game, see, this is the difference between Jordan Love and somebody like CJ Stroud. When the run game gets shut down, Texans offense might get a little stagnant.
Baltimore just drafted that receiver for
When
Lamar.
when when Green Bay's run game gets shut down, Jordan Love turns into a turnover machine. It's not just that the offense gets slow, he gives the ball to the other team. Go
So
look
wait,
at
can
the
I
I
got a
ask a
numbers.
question for
question?
Dale. I got a
Wait,
question
hold
for
on,
Dale,
Hector.
TV.
One
Go
one
ahead.
second. CJ Stroud, in my opinion, is going to get between 53 and 58 million a year.
Probably,
There's no
Hmm.
doubt.
Yeah.
probably. Zay
There's
Flowers is a
no
good
doubt.
receiver, by the way.
Dale,
Yeah, without a doubt.
Dale, if Buffalo,
Especially when his I mean, he got like another 4 years before his deal kicks in. So it
Who's
might be
that?
more than
What?
that.
Purdy?
No,
No, who's
he's
deal?
coming into his third season. So he got two more. He got his fourth year, then a fifth year option, and then he'll get his new deal.
Sir, I don't think Green Bay has better like pass catchers than Zay Flowers and Mark Andrews. I don't think anyone on Green Bay is
Man,
better than
stop
that.
it.
Who?
but they got four, and Baltimore has two.
Yeah, but Zay Flowers the one.
Bro, I think Reed and Dobbs is better than the receivers in Baltimore, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll take any of Green Bay's wide receivers over
Zay Flowers?
Buddy from Zay
Not me.
Flowers.
Wait, did you
He's
say
too
that
inconsistent
Purdy's?
for me.
Did you say that Purdy still has?
No, I said Jordan Love.
Oh, right. My
Well,
bad. I
Jordan Love
apologize.
and CJ. Well, I'm sorry, CJ
CJ
Stroud. He's going
CJ
into his
Stroud's
third year. He's going to
correct.
have 2 more years, and then by the time he gets his extension, 60 might be the floor.
And look, here's my other thing with the 49ers. Like, dude, I don't think Debo Samuel is a great receiver. I think he's a player that a great coach could get the most out of if he's used right. And I think that Shanahan was exactly that. I don't know if he does the same thing somewhere else if they're not smart enough to use him the way Shanahan used him.
Hell,
I think Brandon Ayuk is a great receiver that is a fucking elite route runner. And I think that there's a chance weapon wise, Purdy might have his best set of weapons right now with a healthy McCaffrey because I think Pearsall could, if you're looking pure passing game and guys running routes and getting open, Samuel's not that. And to me, there's a very good chance that however you view weapons, but when I look at Green Bay, dude, that's four receivers that can get open, bro. Like,
hey Dale, I got a question
and
for you.
they're all athletes with the ball, man.
Go
What's your
ahead,
Here-
question, bro?
Hector.
Here's my question: if Buffalo needed a quarterback and you had to choose, who would you take, Purdy or Ebert?
Purdy or who?
Huh?
Herbert.
Herbert.
So I would probably take Herbert because of the weather in Buffalo, and I think that would be a factor. But if I was getting Shanahan or any of his disciples to run that exact same offense, then I would take fucking Purdy, dude. It would all depend on what we're trying to do. But if I'm running Shanahan, look, to me, what bugs me about the Purdy haze, it's simply arm strength. I gave examples of three quarterbacks that are all-time greats that didn't have strong arms. To me, and mind you, they were matched up in great systems. So say we went about Montana. I remember him coming out of college. He was never supposed to be what he became. That was a perfect partnership with Bill Walsh and his skill set matching what Bill Walsh wanted to do. I don't know if Montana does that anywhere else. And I think that a quarterback has a few years where he gets good and keeps getting better, and then his own confidence and understanding of football takes over. I don't think you've seen Brock Purdy's best football yet. I'm telling you that. Because he's a smart ass fucking quarterback that's only getting better the more he sees defenses and shit.
I want to
Wait,
know
who
what
does
Justin
who does
Herbert
wait, who
does.
does Purdy remind you of back in the day?
Chad Pennington.
Like a quarterback.
Honestly,
Chad Pennington. I answered that.
I agree
Man,
with that.
stop it. Stop it.
Buckeye, I
That's
don't.
not an
Yeah, but
insult.
Buckeye,
It is
I
an
don't think
insult.
it's an insult,
No, it's not.
bro.
Chad
I don't
Pennington
think it
had
is
one of the
if you look
best.
at Pennington's
Yeah,
career.
I
his
understand that.
completion percentage was ridiculous.
Yeah,
That's
bro. He
cool.
is Pennington.
But
Pennington was very good,
that's
though.
the cool. But the throws that Brock Purdy are making consistently for 4 quarters for 18 weeks is nothing that Chad Pennington has ever done.
I
Like
know
every week when you turn on
Right.
my team's football games, you will see Brock Purdy throw a football and there's no wide receiver within sight. And then out of nowhere, the ball and the wide receiver meet at the same spot. And he does it over and over and
He
over
All right,
and over.
Alex
he
Smith. Then.
honestly reminds me. No,
Uh,
he reminds me of a young Drew Brees, bro.
Oh, come
So,
That's what I
on,
was saying
man.
yesterday.
so we're going back to the
Well,
conversation saying that Brock Purdy and Tua is just alike, except that Tua always gets hurt because Tua
Dale
does the
Breeze
same
was a
thing.
I mean,
5,000
they
yard
run the
guy.
same exact system. So, okay.
yes, but
Yeah.
Buckeye, what year did Brees achieve that? What was it? Year 6, year 7?
You know, the league really
You see what
messed
I'm
up on
saying?
Breeze because I was a
They
kid.
did.
I was a kid saying when that was the Jake Long draft, right? When Miami was supposed to get Breeze, but they didn't like the shoulder, so they went with Jake Long, right?
No,
Or
no, no.
no,
Wasn't that
excuse
the
me.
Philip Rivers.
yeah, that was a Phil. He came out with
What?
Peyton. I mean,
Yeah, my bad. I'm getting messed up. I'm getting messed up.
with Eli and
Listen,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
just
He came out with Eli.
So
Yeah, my
listen,
bad.
here's my knock. So if I was the not, so I just told you guys how I feel about Hurts, and I give him credit, and I don't take things away the way people try to take things away from Hurts. Because number one, Super Bowl, 2 Super Bowls, 1 Super Bowl win, and he's just a winner. And there's certain things he does do that other people can't do, but I don't think he reads defenses
Mm-mm.
to get to his fourth progression and leads guys. I watch Purdy, bro, he literally fucking always knows where to go with the ball. He throws to an open area to the field where his guy's going to be in an area where only he can get it. He's playing next level football, bro. Like Purdy's playing football at such a higher level than most of these
Y'all
fucking
gotta
guys.
watch these
The only
games,
knock
man.
on him is his fucking arm strength, dude. And
Are,
I don't
wait, are
think he has a
people are
poor
people making
arm.
fun of Purdy?
I
No,
don't think he
I
has a
don't
weak
think.
arm
I
either.
don't. It's not
No,
necessarily people are making fun of Purdy, but they have no idea what his strengths are. They're not watching these games.
I mean, as a Jet fan, I would fucking amputate my left leg to have a quarterback like Purdy.
and it, he's better than Tua, man. I'm sorry.
Here's the other thing I wanted.
I would take him over
Like, do you
Tua.
Only
you guys you
only
guys
because
know
of
that
health, Petey, not because of talent.
I
No
don't
way.
I don't you but I think sometimes talent like the guy is a gamer, he is clutch, and he was an overtime loss away from being a Super Bowl champion. Like the comeback against the Lions. Like, are we serious? When have you ever seen Tua
Uh,
come back against anybody? One game, the
Here's
Ravens,
Yo,
which was like a
here
fluke.
he
here's the other
had
thing with
four
Purdy.
touchdowns that he
Jokes.
created
They
on
don't
his
beat
own.
winning teams. Jokes. The Dolphins. You know that.
Here's my other thing with Purdy too, bro. Is Purdy played like that day one, and keeps getting better. Like he stepped into the NFL balling,
Yeah, he
not
did
just
beat up on
fucking.
Miami,
So I don't know, man. I think Purdy's underrated. People look at his stature, maybe even look at the fact that he looks like the
but
fucking
he looks like
Darth
Opie.
Vader.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know what it is
He
Who?
why people hate
he
on the
he
dude.
looks like the
So
dude that works down at the milk company.
Yeah,
so
He
can we can agree that the 53 million's a good contract?
hell
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It
I
is.
agree.
It's going rate,
Li-
especially when you got
I
bum ass Trevor Lawrence getting what he's getting.
Yes.
But
and
Jokes.
PD,
but
To be
I
here's
think
fair,
the
it
let
could
me
end
thing,
just
up
say
Pete.
being a
one
deal.
thing. I
It could end
just
up being
don't
a
think
deal.
for 53 million and Josh Allen is making 55. I don't know about that, man.
Okay, but Josh
I don't
Allen,
know.
Josh
But
Allen's a
here's
first
the
round
thing.
pick. This kid was a seventh round fucking pick.
Correct.
He didn't
You
make no money. Like, let him get his money.
but Pete,
I
this is the
agree.
thing. You're talking about
Jokes.
the
You better hope
value
Christian
of the
McCaffrey's healthy.
contract. Like he's not getting 53. He's getting 35. The value of the
What?
contract
Because
is
of the
53.
oh,
But
okay.
he's only
Well,
guaranteed
how much is the
180.
guarantee? Only
Well,
180. That's
everybody else in his class got over 200.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Jordan
it's
Love
it's
got
a
over 200.
Yo,
Jared
I
Goff got
honestly
over
think
200.
Pete, that conversation yesterday was really irritating me. Obviously, you can tell by the fucking tone I was taking. But I actually think the
yeah,
Purdy
Dale.
contract could end up being a deal. Like, dude, if you locked your franchise quarterback and you didn't give him the top money, in a couple years that contract's gonna be fucking number 10.
But
these
You
fucking
got a deal,
49ers. Not
dude.
only did these fucks pay Purdy, they fucking paid Fred too. Like, fuck
and
these
Kittle.
guys. Fuck you,
Damn,
certified.
that wasn't nice.
I'm
I
just
know.
Eight
jealous.
eight wins.
It's okay. But listen, the contract is perfect because okay, so this year we cleared house. We took on like 70 million in dead cap. Okay. We're gonna be done with that this season. We're not carrying no dead cap over. This year we're only paying him 5 million. Next year he'll get his biggest payday. But we don't have any dead cap, so it's not fucking with our salary cap. And then
And
year
and Ayuk, right? Ayuk coming off the
mm,
books.
no. Debo. Debo's off the books.
D-Bucks, excuse me. Correct.
Debo, Javon, Kent, Hargrave.
Yeah,
Uh,
don't mention Kinlaw,
yeah,
please.
I apologize,
You know,
but
I really love,
because
I
of the
love
money that
defense.
because of the money we give him in year one, year two, three, and four, he's only going to be making 35 million, and the cap is going to go up every year. So he did us a solid, and we did him a solid by giving him a no trade clause.
You guys really went from Patrick Willis to Fred Warner. I hate you dudes.
We
It's
actually
incredible, man.
went from Patrick Willis to Navarro Bowman to Fred
Yeah,
Warner
yeah.
to Dre Greenlaw.
It's disgusting.
Yeah,
It's disgusting. It really is disgusting.
linebacker, you over here, brother?
Oh man, like when I try to tell people, if you look at an elite defense, really like a truly elite defense, you can name every one of them in a linebackers, every single team. It just makes me crazy.
When did y'all camp start? Y'all got any OTAs between now and July?
I think we
Yeah,
get
it's
something
this
because
week.
there's a
Today,
new
Okay.
It's
coach.
this
today,
week. Is
Is
yeah,
today,
it's all
this
this
today,
week.
mandatory
tomorrow.
or optional?
I think it's optional, but everybody's there
Yeah,
except Aaron Rodgers. I'm kidding.
I'm pretty sure y'all don't want to go down that road again.
PD, as crazy as it sounds, I don't have Tua. Well, that part's crazy. I don't have Tua ahead of Purdy, but I also think Tua is fucking underrated, and people shit on him. Like, bro, how many quarterbacks in the league can come out and just hang 40 at any time? Like, I don't get how nobody gets the significance of that, man.
I think Tua's a good quarterback. Given the circumstances, they now have what we think is a consistent tight end, whereas before, I forgot the guy, Gretzky or whatever the hell is, he was inconsistent. The offensive line has been inconsistent. The run game outside of Mostert has been inconsistent. And Tua's put up pretty good fucking numbers, man.
He led the league in passing 2 years ago.
I mean, now when a play breaks down, is he the quarterback that you want? Probably not. But when everything is all fan balance, man, I mean, Tua dot your ass up.
I go back to I remember when Brady was young, and if you would have asked me if he was even in the same league as Peyton Manning, I would have laughed at you because I don't think he was. I think a lot of the shit that Manning brought to the NFL and he started doing, every quarterback that came after him added that to their game and it made them significantly better. Everything at the line of scrimmage, the audibles, the way he does his cadence, every quarterback copied that and added it to their game, whether you're talking about Breeze or Brady. A young Brady was not anything fucking wasn't a great arm, wasn't fucking throwing it all over the field. He was accurate as hell. He was consistent. He went with the ball where it was the best place to go with the ball. And that evolved into him becoming the greatest quarterback of all time. And they had a really good team. To me, the way you judge a quarterback, there are the guys that wow you, but it doesn't mean they're the best. Like Brett Favre, when I listen to young people talk about Brett Favre and shit on him because they look at a stat sheet, I know number one, they don't know football and they didn't watch it happen. Or these young guys shit on Elway the same way. And I
Yeah,
get that those guys wow you, but neither of
Oh
them were the
wait, but
best.
Dale, who shits on Elway, man?
Oh,
I
Like
a
the
hear it
guy
all the
lot
was
of
time,
people.
dog.
incredible.
I hear it
A
all the
lot of
time.
For
young people.
I hear it
A
all the
lot of young
time.
people
real?
act like Elway was shitty, which is fucking hilarious. But
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
wild.
they going off of stats, and
that's
it's
it.
like I feel like it was a different league, dog. Like the shit that you could do to quarterbacks in the 80s and 90s, you would get banned
Not
now.
just quarterbacks, but it was also receivers. The shit receivers had to deal with back then was insane. You couldn't throw a free gimme
But
over the middle back then, and that's a huge part of
but
today's game is that gimme over the middle.
but I agree with
I
I
can't believe. Wait, certified? Where? I'm not asking where, but there's really people that bash Elway.
yeah.
I mean, this guy is an all-time great.
But he did say younger generation. We talking about kids, the same kids that
Yeah,
praise
the young
Patrick
guys do.
Mahomes and talk shit about Brett Favre.
Oh, is it the same kids that
Patrick Mahomes
don't
is Brett
consider
Favre.
Jordan the best too?
I mean, that's a better conversation. But I've told Chiefs fans this. I think Patrick Mahomes is the greatest gunslinger that we've ever seen. He's the upgraded version of Brett Favre. He's Brett Favre without the mistakes. That's Patrick Mahomes. They're the same quarterback. He's doing the same shit that Brett Favre was doing in the '90s.
I think it's a good comparison, and that's the shit. Whenever somebody praises look at that magic throw from different angles, blah blah blah. That is fire. But
Brett
the
Favre
point I
was
was making
doing that
is,
shit in the 90s.
yeah, and I don't think that I think that both of those guys were, if you wanted to build a quarterback in a lab that had all the things that people sometimes rate quarterbacks on, arm strength, size,
Yeah,
toughness,
Favre did
them
all
guys, but
that,
Bro,
man.
it,
neither. So even though those two were great quarterbacks, they weren't the best of their time.
Yo, the
And
best
Marino
was
probably
too,
says it
Dale.
different,
you,
but
you know what
Dale,
people
real
really
quick.
forget, Pete? The three
Yeah,
straight
yeah,
MVPs, dog. People forget Brett
yeah.
Favre won 3 straight MVPs.
He was awesome, man. The
not to
best
mention
part too
the
was
rate that he was throwing touchdowns during those years was like fucking NFL never saw that before.
I loved too when Madden and Summerall would call Pat Favre's game, man. Oh, those were the
Oh
days,
man,
bro.
Summerall, man. Mm,
Yep,
Rogers was better.
man. Then Favre.
no.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, it's a different quarterback.
I think they're very close, bro. They both got a Super Bowl. They're both greats of their eras. I don't think Rodgers is the best of his era. Like I think people overblow the
You
Rodgers
don't think
thing.
Rogers was the
If
best
you
of his
put
era?
I think Rogers
no,
is more Steve Young and Pat is more Brett Favre.
yeah, I just don't. I think for me, what Rodgers is, Rodgers was a great quarterback, but I think people overblow. Listen, for 3 years, Rodgers definitely threw a football as good as I've ever seen anyone throw one. But at the same time, there was other quarterbacks winning multiple Super Bowls. Like people downgrade some of these other players because it doesn't look as pretty. I don't know. I think Big Ben gets completely underrated. The
Crazy.
kid had a fucking amazing career, dude. And he played a different style of football in a different place that required it. And I think the way that people downplay one versus the other is pretty crazy. The only guy I kind of agree with people downplaying is Eli. But at the same time, again, I'm not the dude won 2 Super Bowls, and he's the only guy that could fucking beat Brady. Say what you want about his team and how they did it, it still counts, and it's the NFL story, absolutely. And he
I'm
actually
still
has top
shocked
10
Manning
stats.
didn't make the Hall of Fame yet.
I
I'm
think they
shocked
should have
he
been
didn't
first.
make it.
PD,
So did I.
I argued first ballot for him, and people act like I was insane. But
Me
if you
too.
finish top 10 in almost every stat at your position, you won 2 Super Bowls. I think it's a no brainer. Like, what are we doing? Because it wasn't pretty. I don't know, man. Sometimes you just gotta, dude. When I watch Purdy play, because that's where this argument goes back to, he plays the game at such a higher elite level. Like that's the same thing I would say about Burrow that makes him special. Burrow plays football at such a higher level than everybody else. It's insane. And if you watch a Bengals game, bro, I watched the Bengals last year with Cody Ford at left tackle doing the worst drop step I've ever seen in my life. I watched Burrow know that he was going to get cooked on every play, purposely evade that side in the pocket to get up, to get into that throwing lane, to get whoever was coming across there open while calling audibles into it.
I think Brock's a
The
game manager.
He is.
I don't think so.
No, he is. He's an elite game manager.
Yeah,
He needs a certain level of talent around him to be in the NFL.
So if
Okay,
Brock's a game manager,
but
what's
that's
Tua?
most quarterbacks, bro.
an average game manager.
Ooh, I don't know why you keep saying that, man.
I agree with him actually.
I just listen. My problem here is I think almost every quarterback is a system quarterback and a game manager. Like ultimately, Allen got his MVP this year, and I think this was one of the best versions of Allen because he protected the ball more and managed the game more instead of just going ape shit all the time. And like to me, when you knock a quarterback, like dude, that's part of the description of the job. Like you're a coach on the field, you are managing the fucking game. They count on you in the fourth quarter to be the smartest person on the field to make all the right decisions to fucking get you through all those situations. When you knock a quarterback to say, "Oh, well, he's a game manager," bro. When I watch Purdy, the dude gets through his progressions. He sees everything. If he has time, he is going to fucking tear you apart. If you say because he has a good offense and a good coach, that detracts from that, well, get your quarterback a good offense and a good coach because that's how you're going to have to win in the NFL.
Can't
Seven,
argue
eight
that.
wins.
Hey yo, my guy's funny as shit.
But bro, they do it with Hurts. So people are like, "Oh, it's fucking tush push," blah blah blah. Like, bro, stop it.
I think,
You don't think the fact that that dude squats 500 pounds isn't a part of
yeah,
that?
Lamar's going to get 60 million soon too with
He
these
just
quarterbacks.
signed, didn't he?
Yeah, but they're going to redo it, I bet, at some point. Josh Allen should get a raise
Petey,
too.
Petey, I'm glad that we adopted the tush push because we have such a huge quarterback. But I will tell you this: Hurts is better at that, dude, and it's a fucking weapon. They play football. The Eagles play a different brand of football than anyone because they only have to get the 4th and 1. That's all the Eagles got to do. They don't have to get a first down. They just got to get the 4th and 1.
Didn't Josh struggle on a couple of those this year?
We were great at it all year, and then the Chiefs shut it down.
Right.
First time all year anyone was able to stop it. But like I said, nobody's figured out how to stop the Eagles from doing it.
Yeah, they were ridiculous. Well, I wonder what their percentage is on that in the 90s. Anybody know?
Petey, I just think the argument for Purdy is much like the one for Elway that the kids can't understand about stats. We all knew
Yeah,
what
but
Elway was.
but Dale, I'm sorry, you cannot put Purdy even in the same sentence as that man.
It's because they're different, Petey. I think the one thing about Elway, the story that's not told, is what he did without a lot of weapons and without a great offensive line. Like Elway had a lot of limitations holding him back, and when he finally got a good team, them Broncos teams were unbeatable. And that's the story for every player. But some of these greats, like, dude, I don't. Again, if you remember Montana coming out of Notre Dame, he wasn't even that good. He wasn't a great player in college. There's nothing about Montana that popped off the screen like if you were watching any of the quarterbacks that were heralded. But he was a perfect fit for West Coast offense and Bill Walsh. Accurate as fuck, and he just kept getting better and better. You watch Montana throw the ball at Notre Dame, and they're wobbly ducks. You watch Montana in year 4 with San Francisco, it's as perfect as you could throw a spiral on the fucking money. And to me, that goes together. Like him getting confident, him getting in a system that fits him getting on a coach that can work well with him and make him better. And that's how that story became that before Brady, that was the best quarterback that ever lived. And he didn't have 1/5 of the talent of Dan Marino.
Fellas, speaking of Brett Favre, that Netflix special's coming out on him, the documentary. Doesn't paint him in a good light.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I watch these guys because of their talent. Like everybody has skeletons, and I'm not making excuses for nobody. But I really don't give a fuck about Brett Favre's personal life. I really don't. That's just me.
You do if you're Mark Gastineau.
He gotta let that shit go, dog. He gotta let that shit go.
I think when you go to about maybe 5 to 10 years after Favre backwards, most of those guys are fucking douchebags. It's been the younger generation of player that's kind of figured that whole thing out, and I think social media put that pressure on him. But dude, Jim Kelly's one of the biggest pieces of shit that ever lived, dude. Like most of those guys are fucking assholes, man.
Yeah, have you heard Peyton Manning's ex teammates talk about how much of a dick he was? You know,
But
Hey,
here's my
Dale.
question: if
Dale,
we're
can
gonna
you tell us a
pardon,
little bit about Jim Kelly? I never really heard about
He
that. That's
just,
pretty
dude,
interesting.
Jim Kelly beat the shit out of women throughout Buffalo. On top of his womanizing, on top of like, dude, he did so much piece of shit stuff as the Bills quarterback. Anybody my age that was a kid and met him only to have him to tell you to fuck off and leave me alone. Most people my age hate Jim Kelly the person, but recognize Jim Kelly, the quarterback, and we just separate it. But the truth is, that dude was a piece of shit, man. And
Anybody recall the Jim Everett, Jim Rome altercation?
Yeah,
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 man.
on Sports Center. That was on Sports Center. I remember that.
That was what?
Hey, man, back in the day, that was called a fight.
Yeah,
Not so much
Yeah, it
now.
was.
yeah.
Yeah.
My bad, Dale.
now these younger guys get it, bro. Like Allen, incredible. If you met him with your kids, he'll give your kids 15 minutes.
Exactly.
If you approach him as an adult, you can tell he's weirded out by it.
Hello?
Yo.
yeah. Someone's echoing.
I think it's but June.
Someone's got to mute.
June, go into the light.
But PD, I think it's across the board with the young athletes. Like, and as crazy as it sounds, I even said it was happening. I give LeBron James a lot of credit for that shit. I think LeBron James got a lot of young athletes to look at themselves as a brand, to conduct themselves a certain sort of way. I think he set a great example, and the pressure of social media. But most of these young players get it now. Whereas you go back to the quarterbacks of the 90s, they were all fucking assholes. I had a hookup because my brother worked for a photographer back then, running film from the field to the dark room at the Bill Stadium. So I'd get to
Mhm.
go on the sideline for games when I was like fucking 11, 12 years old. And I got kicked off twice because I couldn't shut up. And NFL Films would fucking kick me off because I'm cheering. Or one game we played the Panthers, and Alex Van Pelt threw a touchdown to Peerless Price, and I was in the end zone celebrating with the players, and they fucking kicked me out. I couldn't not fan.
God, Alex Van Pelt,
Yeah,
Fearless Price. You guys used to be the
yeah.
Jets,
So
bro.
Petey,
Sheesh.
though, I got to see a lot of these players and how much of pieces of shit they were. What I will tell you is the two guys that impressed me most in being good men was Jerome Bettis and Tim Brown. Two guys that couldn't have been fucking better than watching them with interactions amongst people. Almost every quarterback was an absolute piece of shit. I watched Rich
Yeah, but
Gannon walk by Raiders fans, Make-A-Wish kids,
June,
and
drop and come back, please. It's your mic.
like Petey, I watched
I don't.
Rich Gannon, his handler for the team, brought him to the direction of Make-A-Wish kids that were Raiders fans, and he fucking told them to kick rocks and got on the team bus. I was like, what a piece of shit.
You know what it is too. Now I'm thinking about this. I just think there's more access to the players now, and I I agree. The players are much better now.
Petey,
To be fair.
I met Bettis, I was
Yep.
talking to him. I was like probably a 12 or 13-year-old kid, maybe a little older at the time. I'm not sure, but I'm talking to Bettis in the players' tunnel, and Bruce Smith walks up and literally interrupts me like I don't exist to talk to Bettis. And Bettis looked right at Bruce Smith and was like, bro, can't you see I'm talking to the kid? You're just going to interrupt him? And he ignored Bruce
Damn,
Smith.
your own
Bro,
player.
he ignored Bruce Smith and kept talking to me, finished the conversation, and then went to talk to Bruce Smith. Everything you see about Jerome
Well, well,
Bettis is fucking real, bro. I witnessed it.
well, Dale. One reason why Jerome Bettis and Tim Brown was good people because they were Notre Dame fighting Irish. All right, I
Well,
mean,
June, my story about Tim Brown is I asked him for an autograph, and he told me he was going to do his press conference after the game, and he said, wait right there, I'll be right back. Usually when a player did that, it meant, fuck you, I'm blowing you off. When Tim Brown said that, I made I looked like I was bummed out because I knew he was blowing me off, and to me, he was like an elite all-time great. The Raiders handler saw me get dejected and said, listen, he will really come back and sign your autograph. Just wait. And sure enough, he did the press conference, came walking back, went right up to me and talked to me for a little while and signed my autograph. And I always remembered how fucking awesome that was because, dude, I met Dominic Hasek in that tunnel once because he went to a Bills game and he's trying to sneak out. The fucking dude took my fucking picture and my marker and pointed and said, look over there. And when I looked, he dropped the shit on the ground and ran to the limo. Like, I shit you not. Like, some of those dudes are pieces of shit, dude.
You die laugh.
But dude, the whole point is that experience taught me I don't care, dude. I'm a football fan. I judge these dudes on football. That's it. I don't give a fuck. Like whatever. If they're cool, it makes me like them a little more. But if they're assholes, like, bro, when you're put on a pedestal your whole life, and everyone tells you you're the greatest, and you get nothing but the best in life, and all the pussy you ever wanted, more than likely it's gonna make you an asshole.
Hey, June, you a Notre Dame fan?
All day, bro. All
Oh,
day.
okay. So Montana's your goat then?
Nah.
What?
Look, one
That's
thing about
crazy.
let me tell you, one thing about me is I'm the person when I put my fandom to the side and
Hmm.
I just go off what it is, what it is. Like I don't just because somebody played for Notre Dame, I don't look at them as them being the best. No, I don't do that.
He's not the best player to ever come from Notre Dame.
Oh no, yes he is. I mean,
Oh,
but you asked, was he my goat? No.
oh,
PD, I'll tell you this: of the '90s Bills, of all the superstars on that team, the nicest guy was Thurman Thomas. He was the
Really?
best to people, and that's why he's the most heralded player out of that group.
You had a team that was what the Thurman Thomas, Tasker, Reed, Kelly, Smith. You had Bruce Smith. You had Leonard Smith. You had what was the linebacker name? Tally. You had a deep bench,
Tally and
bro.
Bennett, yeah, there was a lot of really good players, but Thurman
Hmm.
Thomas was really the nicest guy out of them all, and that stood the test of time because he's probably the most heralded player from that team, at least like in Buffalo and in fans' eyes, you know.
Look, you know what? I call that Buffalo team a dynasty. Even if they didn't win the Super Bowl, they got there 4 years in a row. I call it a dynasty regardless. Charles, what's up, brother?
What's up, June?
What's going on with you?
I'm chilling. Shit, just waking up.
You know who else was really good to me too that I remember was Donovan McNabb. He was really nice to me too.
You mean Donovan McNabb, the guy who partied the night before the Super Bowl and threw up on the field? Mm, that guy.
He was young too when I met him. I think he was in his first or he might have been in his second year. Like he's a really young player then.
You haven't seen him since. Like you know how you see former players on sports shows, doing something. You don't see nothing about Donovan McNabb.
The other thing is I got so work for I used to deliver to them all. Like they'd get shit delivered to their house. So basically in Buffalo, all the hockey and football players live in the same general areas. And so when you'll deliver shit to them time to time, meet them, you kind of get a good judge on whether or not they're good people or they're fucking assholes when you see how they treat not only you but the people around them because they got all of them got a ton of people working at their house, whether it's fucking working on their outside of their house or fucking building shit. Like there's always fucking people working around their house.
Sir, sir,
can you hear me?
I got you now.
All right, go ahead.
That Abby is crazy.
Yeah, I got another one, man. At the end of the month, I'm gonna put the Soul Glow one up. She got a mighty Jerry curl, and then I got one last one, the Quaker Oats, man. It's called Tiny Oats.
What do you want? What do you want? I call you? No.
Mm.
So, Petey, can you hear me?
No, he can't hear anybody. He's having a problem with space right now.
Yeah, I hear a crazy echo.
I think it's whenever June has his mic open.
Good morning, everybody. How we doing today?
What up, man?
What's up, medic?
What's going on, June? What's up, Dale? You guys had some interesting conversations this morning.
Hey, the Eastern Conference kicks off tonight, right?
No, no, that's Wednesday night.
Oh, it's the
Tonight,
it's the
tonight,
West.
tonight, tonight is the West. Yeah.